Hello. I don't know if y'all have seen, but CodePen 2.0 is here. This is not an ad. This is truly just I was going on to CodePen and I saw that there's a new editor. So let's check it out. Let's see what it is. I'm gonna go through the tour with you. I truly just clicked new pen and let's find out. So they've rebuilt the pen editor from the ground up and made some big changes. Everything should feel familiar. Great. Okay, so let's check it out. So first of all, there's an Omni bar, quick access to files, blocks, settings, and more with the Omni bar. Okay, so it's a command palette. I don't know what blocks are, but I'm going to assume that it explains things to me. Okay, we've made a few changes while packing in new features that make it more flexible. You might want a more focused view, so enable minimal UI to get the classic editors plus preview experience. I think I do want that. I'll do that for now. We'll see. Okay. Control your pen through the sidebar. The icons on the far left switch between panels, showing the different controls for your pen. Okay, there's files, blocks, privacy and collaboration details, and comments. Okay, so my settings have moved over there. And once again, there's that word blocks. I'm sure they'll explain it. Okay, pens now have a full file system. Oh, so CodePen projects is now in pens. Blast to the past. Did you ever play with CodePen projects? Good times. Okay, create, rename, delete, and organize in the files panel. Okay, so it's just a file system. Great. Let's see. By default, we have index.html, style CSS, and script.js. Okay, and there can be up to 3 separate editor panes, and they can hold as many tabs as you want. Oh, so you could have multiple HTML tabs, CSS tabs, and script tags. Okay, okay, okay. You can resize, sure, that's the same as before. Double click the header to toggle to maximize or split. Okay, fun. Drag and reorganize the tabs to combine. Sure. Preview your changes in real time. CodePen. That's the best part. Okay, that's the same as before. Preview controls. Since pens can now have more than one page, use the address bar. That's interesting. And so it feels like CodePen is now becoming more like Code Sandbox. And now that like Glitch and Code Sandbox don't really exist anymore, that's what CodePen's for, right? Okay, cool. Menu inside the address bar has additional options for controlling a preview, zoom level. Oh, that's nice. Okay, cool. Nice. Preview console, sure. Hello from the console. Great. Blocks. Okay, explain this to me. Our lightning fast CodePen compiler uses blocks to get your code from the editors to the preview. The build status is here, and the footer shows the real-time build process. Okay, so I guess if you're doing more complex JavaScript or importing frameworks and stuff, I see in here we've got TypeScript, Vue, we've got Markdown, there's Sass. What is that? I like the little spinny effect. That's nice, team. Good job. Okay, let's find out more. You can add as many blocks as you like. It'll add blocks to ensure everything. Click Add Blocks to learn more about processing your code with blocks. Okay. Okay, so classic pen template. I will probably use that the most. Well, let's see. They're fully contained code processors, often triggered by file extensions. Okay. So instead of importing things like as NPM libraries or whatever, you add blocks. That is neat. I'm still processing this, but I guess like there were like you could get Vue native pens. I don't know if you've ever used those. I guess that is now in this whole blocks thing. Okay, we will play with it. Open the build output in the footer to see exactly which files are created for the preview. Sure. It ultimately creates the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Does it? I wonder if it creates more than that. You could build a lot. Okay, one thing at a time. Adjust your pen and editor settings from here, sure. Add a title for the pen, yeah, of course. And then add a description. You can use Markdown here. This is all the same as before. And then you can have private, oh, password protected. That's nice. Okay, cool. So yeah, with CodePen Pro, I usually make a lot of private pens just for like my own things, but I like the idea of the password protected ones. I don't remember if that was a thing before. I don't think it was, but that's cool. Or only invited collaborators. That is nice. Okay. Cool. All right. I want to have a new blank pen. Yeah, let's do this. New blank pen. Cool. I'm so used to only having plain old HTML in here. I don't mind that this exists, that it has like a full HTML document. But could I, in theory, just go back to a classic div and just do that? Is that okay? I think it is. This appears to be fine. And I wonder if it'll export as the full HTML document like it did before. I'm just going to do hello world. You know how it is. CodePen loves the web and all that. Yes, you do, but I'm going to just make something up really quick and say body background is Rebecca purple and then color is white. Does that just work? Is it because I got rid of the body? Let's see if I just do div. Okay, why isn't that doing anything? Did I mess something up? Okay, it's okay. We're learning how to use the new CodePen. So normally that would just work. Normally if I did body and div, that would just work. But I guess this is a new world where it's not just like it's I have to do like a whole proper HTML and CSS thing now. Or I wonder if I could that's not what I want to do. I wonder if I could use blocks for that? Maybe? Blocks. I wonder what this fingerprint. You know what? One thing at a time. Let's see. Add blocks. Classic pen. That. That's all I want. Okay. That didn't do anything. Okay, we will figure this out, people. Okay, I'm assuming that because I triggered the minimal UI, was that Control U? No, that was not it. Control Shift U? Nope, that is me doing the voice recorder. Okay, at least the voice recorder works. Okay, hang on. Template. No. Editor. Okay, so that's split with just preview or just editors. Sure. Okay, and yeah, minimal UI does that. Okay, okay. I'm learning. Okay, deployment. That's kind of cool. Deploy websites directly from CodePen. Ah, that's fun. And it's connected to a .codepen.dev domain. I like that. That's fun. Okay, I'm keeping this private for now. I can make it public later. Okay, I'll just put this URL in the comments. Okay, so we have the regular, okay, I'm testing editor 2.0. That's the same as before. This is an attempt to mess with the 2.0 editor. Sure, whatever. Custom screenshot, that's probably the same as before. Autosave, deploy. Oh, that's cool. Deploy on save. That's cool. If you deploy on save, that means it could deploy really fast. That's really nice. That I would use a lot. Okay. Code processing is now handled through blocks. You can now manage and configure blocks. Blocks is still something that I need to process a bit better. That's nice. I love how quirky CodePen is. The eternal question. Do not delve too greedily or too deep. I'm actually going to switch this to tabs. Fun fact. I switched to tabs because I learned about how screen readers read spaces and tabs, and screen readers will read every single space. So if you have like a really deep block, it'll go like space, 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 instead of just doing tab, tab, or whatever, depending on how things are set up. Anyway, that alone convinced me to switch to tabs. I don't need to update this, but at the same time, I like looking. I do like my font Mona Lisa, all this stuff. Okay. This is fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Features, show line numbers. Okay. I like that code folding is available, matching the brackets. Great. Offering suggestions. Yeah, I'll keep that. Temporary tabs. Tabs close if you don't edit anything inside after opening another file. Sure, that feels very VS Code-y. Oh, you can have Vim mode. Okay. Layout. I might turn the minimal UI back on once I understand things. Ooh, okay. This is a nice place for snippets. I've used these snippets before. Um, okay. The settings make sense. Processors are now in blocks. Do I need to just recreate everything that I deleted? Probably. I saw there was can I do I think it was like HTML:5 for an emit thing. I might have just messed with something there. Hang on one second. I remember there was a hang on, that might be under snippets. Emmet is a tool that helps you do things via abbreviations. I remember that Emmet lets you do something, but I might need to just you know what? I might just manually I know that I could copy and paste this from somewhere, but I know HTML and CSS. I can handle myself. Okay, and then in here I'll do a title and call this Editor 2.0, baby. And then in here, I'm going to say the div and have hello world back. Did I mess something with the styles? Okay. I don't know why I keep accidentally turning on the voice recorder too. Um, okay. What did I do? Mm, let me just add a class really quick. I'm going to just change this to be hello and see if that works. Do I need to import my CSS? Oh no. Okay. Uh link wait, I don't actually remember what the like for linking the CSS, is it just .style.css? I guess it would be because this is the file system. Okay, so if I did link and then it's not href, is it? Href dot slash style dot css. Is that what I needed to do? Okay, hang on one second. Excuse me while I look at my own website to remember how to import a CSS thing. Link rel style sheet. Okay, that's what I needed to do. Okay, there it is. Okay, nobody panic. We have figured it out. Turns out this is real web development instead of mystical web development where CodePen kind of hid away all of the HTML head and body tags and stuff, which is fine. It's fine. I'm not panicking yet. I'm assuming, and now I can do body right here, and that should cover the whole thing. Great, cool. I'm assuming that there's probably a block or something where I can just have it be what it was before, I think. I fear change, but I'll be able to get over this, I promise. Um, okay, I'm curious about all of this. With this classic stuff, I don't configuration. Oh, this is getting complex. Can I just pull this out entirely? I cannot. Okay. Let's look in here. Okay, scripts are added to the end of the body, style sheets are added to the head. Sure. And so if I'm using this block, I would think that I can just write things the old way. They have a blog post on it. Make the CodePen editor look and behave like the original one. Uh, you didn't have to write the doc type HTML, da 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 da. Okay. That classic block offers the same behavior where you write only the HTML that you want in the body. Awesome. Cool. So that is what that CodePen block is supposed to do. But I didn't set it up right. You know, everything's still new. I probably messed something up here. Edit config file. Okay, look at that. Oh, and I kind of like you can add HTML classes to it. Okay, cool. I like that this is more complex, like you can do more, but it's also just confusing enough. I am patient. I have to figure out how to make sure that it does what I expect it to do. So in theory, I shouldn't have to do all of this stuff. In theory, I should be able to do just this. I wonder if I have to put the block somewhere else. Builds complete, view output. I assume. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's exactly what I wrote. Okay. Okay, I can see the build status in here. I'm going to take this out again. I'm determined to get this right because I know that this is something where we are all probably going to run into something like this until it is a collectively known thing of how blocks work. Okay, so excuse me while I click a bunch of different buttons. So we added the block. The classic is added to the pen. Great. And so because the classic has been added to the pen, this should work. Let's see. Okay, that was just restarting the tutorial again. Okay. Maybe, can I get rid of this linting block? Oh no, that's actually probably a good thing. And then optimize, what is this one? Fingerprint, unique file names across everything. Sure. The classic block .pen.html files. Oh, wait, file names matter. Okay, that might be it then. So if I renamed this file to index.pen.html, that's what it is. You have to learn how to read. Oh no, society. Okay, cool. Great. So is that it? Do I have to wrap anything else? No, I think it's just a .pen.html thing. Okay, I now understand how blocks work. I now get it. Okay. Okay. This is exciting. Okay, now that I have processed all of this, you will start to hear more from me playing with this editor. I used to practice messing with CSS and HTML on and some JavaScript on CodePen all the time, and I fell off the bandwagon. I went back to it, back and forth a bunch, and I will be trying this again. Now that I understand how this works, now that I understand how blocks works, it's clicking. It's compilers. Different compilers, different blocks, different things. There are a lot of possibilities here. This is exciting. This is cool. Good job, CodePen team. Y'all are great. I need to figure out why my voice recorder is here, but that's another thing. Anyway, thanks for touring this with me. I admit was confused, but once I learned how to be a literate person and read how things work, it makes sense. Cool. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let's build. I'm gonna, you know what? Actually, really quick, I'm gonna deploy it. Let's see what that looks like. Wow, is that it? Look at that. That's a website with a URL. We did it. That's pretty sick. Okay, that's cool. Nice. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.